Think collecting totally passive dividend income is amazing? How about collecting even more totally passive dividend income than you were collecting just yesterday? Would you like to know about stocks that are giving their shareholders even more money? Then you have to check out today's video.
He is a best-selling author.
30-year-old Jason Fieber has a plan.
This guy retired at only 33 years old.
I don't know if I know too many people that have accomplished something like that.
He's really kind of a guru when it comes to passive income.
Before I get into today's content, please give us a big thumbs up if you find value in our videos. Helps us to get the word out and grow the channel, and I'd really appreciate it. Dividend growth investing has been like a miracle for me. It created the foundation for my financial independence. That's because I live off of the passive dividend income my dividend growth stock portfolio produces for me. This totally passive income allows me complete freedom. I was able to retire in my early 30s and essentially buy my time. But this foundation is even better and stronger than it sounds. That's because I'm talking about dividend growth investing. It's not just dividends I live off of, it's growing dividends. High quality dividend growth stocks increase their dividends to their shareholders year in and year out. And they often do this for decades and decades on end. Today, I'm gonna show you this process in action. I'm gonna tell you about 3 dividend growth stocks that just increased their dividends to their shareholders. Let's dig in. The first dividend increase you should know about is from Bank OZK, stock ticker OZK. Bank OZK just gave their shareholders a 0.9% pay raise via their dividend boost. 0.9%? That's all? Actually, no, that's not all. Check this out. Bank OZK tends to increase their dividend every quarter. Unlike most stocks that are increasing their dividends once per year, Bank OZK is giving shareholders good news every 3 months, and that good news adds up. The 10-year dividend growth rate is 21.8%. That's more like it, right? This is the 28th consecutive year of dividend increases for the regional bank. And with a 2.7% yield, there's a pretty compelling combination of yield and growth here. Meanwhile, the stock's PE ratio of 18 is well below where the broader market is at. The second dividend increase I want to tell you about came from Lindsay Corporation, stock ticker LNN. Lindsay just increased their dividend by 3.1%. This manufacturing company out of Omaha, Nebraska just quietly builds increasing wealth and passive income for their shareholders. This stock is up almost tenfold over the last 20 years. And while Lindsay is a pretty small business with a market cap below $2 billion, they're pulling serious weight for their investors, especially in the dividend growth department. They've increased their dividend for 18 consecutive years. Who says small companies can't pay a growing dividend? The 10-year dividend growth rate is 14.4%, which somewhat makes up for the stock's low yield of only 0.8%. This definitely isn't an income play, it's a long-term compounder. Last, but certainly not least, we have the dividend increase from Watsco Inc., stock ticker WSO. Watsco just increased their dividend by 9.9%. The HVAC distributor keeps the dividend growth train chugging along, rewarding their loyal shareholders with some of the easiest pay raises they'll ever get. This marks the 8th consecutive year of dividend increases for the company. Their 10-year dividend growth rate is 7.2%, and this is a wonderful case where the dividend growth rate is actually accelerating. With a 2.9% yield, we have a pretty remarkable yield and growth story here. And even after almost doubling over the last year, the stock doesn't look that expensive. It's trading hands for a price to cash flow ratio of 17.8, which is well off of its 3-year average of 21.5. With a market beating yield, big dividend growth, and a reasonable valuation, this stock could be worth a good look. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Give us a like if you did, and let us know in the comments what you think about these dividend increases. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so that you don't miss out on new content. Also, take a look at the description box below for some important links, including a link to my personal stock portfolio. This 6-figure portfolio, which I call the Fire Fund, generates enough passive dividend income for me to live off of. It allowed me to retire in my early 30s. I've made my portfolio entirely accessible over a Patreon, and I also post alerts there whenever I buy or sell a stock. I put my money where my mouth is, is, and I'm often invested in the same high quality dividend growth stocks that I make videos on. Over the years, I've heard from thousands of investors who've been profiting from many of the same exact stocks that I own. So if you think this is something that you could benefit from as well, check the link in the description to see my portfolio and start getting my buy and sell alerts. I'll see you next time.